times when you get to a location to pick up and you've got a dozen trucks in front of you and you know it's not the start of a great day. That's right. You know what time it is. It's time for Business Bites. Business Bites. Last week, I talked about the main reason why people start their business. Most people start their business to make money, which makes all the sense in the world. But what most people neglect is their passion level and also their preparation and also their depth in that particular business they're getting into. So I want to say like underprepared and lacking long-term passion and interest. If it is something you are completely 100% passionate about, something that you've spent so much time thinking about and working towards, whether it be a hobby or something that you do on the side or something you're really into or something you're really great at because you're just naturally wired to kick butt in that area, versus you saying, hey, this idea is a great idea and you don't have that much experience in it and you jump into that business because it has a lot of potential to make good money. And then you end up pouring a lot of time and energy doing the research, trying to get passionate about that business. And you're chasing that dollar, and the dollar is that reward at the end of that finish line. And you're just going. 6 months, 8 months later, you burn out and you can't realize your long-term dreams. I mean, you got successful for a minute and then you ended up going belly up. And I'm not saying that most businesses are like this. I'm saying that don't be that business. Don't be that person who gets into that business and goes belly up because you weren't meant to do that business. I think there is a business idea that clicks, that checks a lot of check marks that you should get into. And then there are business ideas that seem like when you are successful with it, you would make so much money, but you don't check that many check boxes. And I'm not telling you that you can't take risks or you can't try something new and become that person, but that's rare. I think you have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, is this me? Can I see myself doing this 3, 5, 10 years from now? So think long and hard before you start that business endeavor or even entertain that idea. Even if you already have a passion for it, even though if you already know it, be prepared to go that extra mile and learn a lot more about it. Become an expert on it. You know, the 10,000 hour rule or whatever you want to say, become an expert on it before you decide that you want to do this. And the areas, let's say you're strong in that one subject, but you're not very good with the accounting aspects or the, marketing aspects. Make sure you can cover your bases with the right people to handle those things for you, or you partner up, or you outsource, do what you need to do to make sure that you cover your bases before you start off and get yourself into trouble. Hopefully you're successful. Anyway. Business Bites. So yeah, I'm in Phoenix right now. Actually, Tempe, Arizona. 123 degrees. It is hot. So yeah, while I sit in this heat, I wanted to talk to you about perspectives in life, perspectives in how we view other people. Sometimes in a negative way or an envious way, we can say, if I only had that much money like that guy, or if I had that job, or if I was pretty as her, or if I was this or that, then my life would be XYZ. Now, on the flip side, you see people having issues and you look at their problems and you think, oh my God, that's not even an issue. Just you feel like jumping into their body and making some choices for them, and it'll be so easy. Like, don't date that guy. Like, don't drink another drink. Like, don't put any more money in that slot machine. Like, don't do this, don't do that. It's so easy. Why can't you just do it? Life is strange, and everybody has their bag of problems, and everybody has their, things that could potentially go well for them. And a lot of times our problem is we don't appreciate the things that are going well for us. It's just a given. And then we think life should be XYZ. And then we look at other people's problems and we think they're lame, they're idiots, they can't fix their problem. What's wrong with you? And I want to tell you, everybody has their issues and their weaknesses. You could see one of your best friend or your spouse's problem and think like, oh my God, why can't they just do it? It's so frustrating. But they're not you, and they're not wired like you. This is a time when you should probably fill that gap for them if you love them, and stay with them, be with them. Sometimes interject, intervene, help them out. But most of the time, just be by their side and just be with them, and pray that they get over this issue. Because, even for kids, adults, it's all the same. I think like when they go through issues, it's probably best, not all the time, but it's probably best if they go through that issue and come out of it winning, or come out of it
understanding or come out of it knowing that, hey, I shouldn't have done that, instead of us trying to pull the plug on it so they don't do any damage, but then they go back and doing the same thing. Something to ponder, because I think what's important is to be together through thick and thin, and also to fill that gap. And once in a while, fix their problem for them. If it's a critical point, you need to make sure they're not jumping off that bridge. You know what I mean? You need to make sure people aren't going off the deep end. But at the same time, they need to make their choices and they need to live their life. And as easy as their choices seem to be, you need to be patient with them, because it may be easy for you, but it's not easy for them. And it goes vice versa. It goes, if you flip it, some of your problems, other people could look at you and think like, those aren't even problems, Some of your insecurities, some of your fears, some of your hang-ups, some of the reasons why you chase money or you chase women or you chase whatever you're chasing, some of those reasons are things that other people look at and go, why? Because when you take a couple steps back, those are all weaknesses, triggers for us to do things that we shouldn't be doing. I mean, you determine what's right and what's wrong for you. I'm not trying to be the moral police here, but I'm just saying stuff that at the end of your life, when you look back, you reflect, you're going to think like, oh, I screwed up there, or oh, I did. And you determine that. And probably, more importantly, God, if you believe in God, God determines that. But I want to let you know that life is short. And whether we want to sit there and nitpick at, especially couples, married couples, we're notorious for getting frustrated that the other person can't do XYZ or isn't doing XYZ. And if you think about it, we probably marry that person because they were ABC. We wanted that, and we're not going to get the perfect package here with ABC and XYZ. Sometimes we have to sacrifice that XYZ and keep the ABC and appreciate it, and at times we fill in the XYZ or find alternative means to fill that gap. Anyway, but more importantly, not just about results, but actually us being together, a unit, a team, and not letting these little disappointments or little frustrations hold us back. Anyway, in this 123-degree heat, that's what I had to share with you guys.
What is going on, my people? So the run of good assignments has come to an end. This past week was horrible. I'm talking horrible. It was basically 4 long distance runs, a run to Phoenix and back, and then a run to Phoenix and back. And in the middle of that, they gave me a local load in Phoenix, which took forever. Yeah, ended the week with less than 1,500, I think it was like 1,400 miles or something like that. It was horrible. The good thing was I got to get home, I think it was around lunchtime or so on Saturday, maybe 2 o'clock or something on Saturday. But outside of that, what a crummy week. The week started off with me going to a random drug test. I don't know why they keep picking me for these drug tests. Maybe because I just passed really fast and they need it for their reporting. I don't know. But I keep getting, and I heard it was random. They pull it out of a hat or they do a random number generator or something. But I don't know. I keep getting called out. I think somebody else that I know keeps getting called out. And then there are people I know that never get called out. So, go figure. Maybe it's total chance. I don't know. But yeah, I had a random drug test. You go in. They're really strict over there. And you got to make sure that, you submit your urine samples, and then that's it. Then you never hear from them if you don't have any problems. So, it is what it is. So the week was just a lot of waiting, gaps in between your drive time, and then you stop, and then you have like tons of hours before your delivery. And then when you go deliver or pick up, and it's a live load or live unload, I'm talking like even those places this week took forever. And then on top of that, I'm in Arizona most of the time, and you talk about hot. It was hot. Hot. A week to forget, definitely. I'm hoping that this coming week is much better. I think they're going to be sending me up to Stockton on Tuesday. So we'll start off the week with a Stockton run, and we'll see how things go. I'm hoping things get better, but it was awful last week. You're going to have, I think, this rhythm of like good and bad, but you want to squeeze in as much good and minimize the bad as much as possible. So it is what it is. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys that quick update. So I want to thank all of you for following me on this journey. If you're a driver out there, be safe, stay cool, keep hydrated. I know it means more bathroom breaks, but drink a lot of water because this heat will do a number on you. Peace. God bless all of you. And until next time, cheers. Bye.